What's up, world? It's your boy Drew Marcy here for How to Rap, mentor to the motivated leader of the legends. And since the other day we gave you 7 signs that you're never gonna make it as a rapper, we're gonna flip it to the positive, of course, and give you 8 signs that you are going to make it as a rapper. Now, as we mentioned before, when we say make it, we mean a healthy, sustained, full-time career, traveling around the world, making music. That's your only dream. We're not talking about one-hit wonders who have a song that you might remember from when you were in middle school, but now you see them on TMZ and they selling their Lambo for legal fees. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about making it as a success in your eyes. It's not just about chart success, it's about personal success as you define it. And before we get into this list, I just want to remind you, or if you're new at the channel, we give away a lot of free dope stuff to help you start your music career. Most notably, of course, our free book about how to go full-time in music, even without outside funding or a prior fan base. It's a really dope introductory free book, audio book version, video book version, ebook version. Anyway, it's in the link in the video description box below. Go check that out. Sign number 1 that you're gonna make it as a rapper is when people hear your music, they actively offer to help you. When people hear your music, they actively offer to help you, all right? Let me tell you something. If you play your music for people regularly, which you should if you're trying to be a rapper, and they're not offering to shoot your content for you, they're not saying, yo, let me get a copy of that so I can show my friend who does things in music. If they're not saying, yo, I'll do anything to just work on your team, this stuff is amazing. If they're not doing that, there's some work to be done. The real model you should live by is people are fans based on their actions and not on their words. People are your fans based on your actions, not on your words. Every single major artist that you've seen, from Drake to Kendrick, all of their teams are chock full of people that they came up with. They often even rap about them. And it's not just because once that rapper got on, they just called them back in the hood. It was like, yo, get on my team, you know, there's a job. No, these people were there believing them from day one, probably actively offered to help build their career, and then boom, they're a big success. This is a very common thing for artists on the come up who are making great music, is when people hear them, they're already doing the work for them totally for free because they know this could be the big one. On a personal note, one of my best friends is a multi-platinum producer who just secured a deal for a lot of commons, let's just put it that way, but he has no reason to just give me free beats or encourage me to even make music. He knows what I'm doing without a rap, but he's consistently sending me track after track, even with all the plaques he's already got, like, yo, you should make a song to this. I have another friend who's a multi-millionaire who's offered to finance my career many times. I have other friends who offer to do these videos, but they live in other cities. I don't say that to brag, I just say that to say, when you have a quality level that people believe in, their actions will let you know, I want to do something for you. I've heard what you've done and I really believe you can do this. So you're gonna make this, you're gonna make it as a rapper if you often hear people offering to do stuff for you and going out of their way to help build your empire. Sign number 2 that you're gonna make it as a rapper is you know what it feels like to write and record until you literally feel nauseous, all right? Rap coaches don't talk enough about this, but you have to understand, and this is a point about work ethic and motivation, that in order to get music that's good enough to even get the effects of number 1, you have to be used to writing so much, so often, that you really know what it feels like to sing. That's the real grind, all right? I just got off a 15-country world tour last year, and you better believe between all the partying and jet lag, not knowing what time zone I'm in, forgetting what country I'm in until I walk out of the studio and I hear a different language than I expected, I know what it feels like to just not be in the mood to write and record and still have to do it because we have an album that we were paid to do. Again, this is not bragging, I'm just giving you examples of the life that you need to expect to live if you're really gonna do this full time and really have some of those cool successes that come along with making music that people wanna help you with. Every single artist, when you talk about the GOATs, the GOAT level rappers, the Tupacs, the Waynes, the Kendricks, the Eminem, they have all kinds of stories that we know we see in documentaries documentaries just about how much they worked, how tirelessly they worked, and even when they were the poorest of the poor, when they had nothing to show for it, they were still in the studio working literally to their nauseous, all right? Me and the homie Rob Level, y'all know him, we're just talking about this, about the 4, 5, 6 hour sessions, even when we were dirt poor writing, because we were trying to get better at the craft. So if you're an artist that's used to that and have some stories like that, then you're gonna make it as a rapper. Sign number 3 that you are gonna make it as a rapper is you're aware that the chorus, the hook, is the most important part of the song, all right? Look, you know I say this to y'all, and I'm just gonna repeat it because it's so important, all right? Your average rap fan that will spend thousands of dollars on you every single year, that'll come to your festival shows, that'll buy your merch, that'll stream, they want to listen to songs that they can rap or sing along to, that resonates with the emotional state that they're in, all right? So songs that they can rap or sing along to that resonates with the emotional state they're in. And that is embodied in a great chorus, all right? Often when I hear with these up and coming rappers, especially unfortunately the lyrical miracle artists that tend to be online, is they're making choruses that are a little bit too difficult to say, or things that don't really resonate with a specific emotional state. And so they're not speaking to what the average fan, who's usually, let's be honest, listening to your music when they're doing other things. They're at the club, they're trying to get some, they're at a festival, they're driving, they're working, they're doing things that are not the same as you when you're in the state of writing them. It's a completely different emotional state. And if you can make something, especially a chorus, that they know they can sing along to when they're feeling whatever that emotion is, from the sensual, you know, to the intellectual, if you can make that chorus that resonates to that emotional state, you're gonna make it as a rapper. Sign number 4 that you're gonna make it as a rapper is you can identify the difference between a hit-making level producer and an average amateur still working on it producer. This is another one I see a lot. I see a lot of rappers that may be able to spit hot fire like Dylan. They might have the look together, but they're choosing beats with rickety instruments, really weak snares, not thumping kicks. And if you don't know what these phrases are, unfortunately, you probably are not far along on this particular step, all right? But you need to take some time to really study what the high quality industry level production sounds like. Now, we do have a course called Hit Records and Hot Beats. It's a song structure and beat selection course that you should check out. It's part of information on it is in that free book. So just checking out that link in the video description box below, you'll get the free book and then you'll get more information on that course. But regardless, you need to take some time to really identify what makes a great professional sounding beat sound so good. What's the difference between a layered 808 and just a regular 808? What does a really high quality like Kanye level snare sound like? You really need to know these things, because having that wrong beat could be the difference between you making it and you sounding like something that a record label want to invest in, and just somebody that your friends like to listen to occasionally, or they give you a little pity listen, as we might call it. Sign number 5, you're gonna make it as a rapper, is you enjoy being the center of attention, or when the attention is put on you, you actually break out of your shell. This is another one that people don't talk about enough. Look, I've been around people from multi-million follower Instagram influencers to rich businessmen who are on like business seminars and all that. And regardless of what their goal is, whether they're trying to make money or they're trying to just be famous and look good, all of those people, regardless of how they are one-on-one, even if they're shy when you're chatting with them privately, they all come alive when they're on a stage, all right? And this goes for rappers as well. Even Nas, right, the great introvert of rap history, when you see him on stage, he comes alive, all right? You as an artist, I see a lot of artists that think that they can be like a quiet personality and just kind of go into the back. But when it's time to be the superstar and be the charismatic figure, if you're not a person that comes alive, you're probably not gonna make it as a rapper. On the other hand, if you are like a Nas, or even as a kind of tangential point, Beyonce is very famously very shy or kind of quiet one-on-one, but she comes alive when it's stage time. If you're a person like that, regardless of introversion or extroversion, you're gonna make it, because you will be very comfortable when you're the center of attention on the stage, in social media and all the things, and you'll know how to handle it well. Sign number 6 that you're gonna make it as a rapper is you're not very judgmental about other forms of music. All right, look, I know that there's a tendency to believe on the internet world and in the Reddit forum world or whatever they call it, right? That it's cool to just be a hater and just be like, this music is trash. It's very in vogue right now to say this rap sucks now and this is trash and all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna let you know, most of the actual musicians who have made it in the industry, full-time musicians, people that are actually working day in, day out, making music as their profession, are extremely open-minded to other forms of music. Most of us, including myself, when we first got into music, it may not have even been rap, all right? Our parents may not have let us listen to rap. I'm sure a lot of musicians out there in the comments, let me know you relate to, well, yeah, the first music I technically liked was either something my parents introduced me to or something I heard on the radio. It may not have been rap because maybe my parents didn't let me, right? So a lot of musicians, a lot of rappers, no matter how hard you think they are, they have an extreme passion for other types of music and they're completely open-minded. So all you lyrical miracle, all rap sucks right now, people, you're not gonna make it as a rapper with that kind of negative mindset. Even J. Cole himself recently talked about how he understands what Young Thug is doing. He admires him, and now Young Thug has his biggest hit with J. Cole. On the other side, you have like Kevin Gates and Joel Santana have talked about on record how big of an influence Eminem is to them, even though they're basically polar opposites. So I'm just letting you know, but when we meet, like when we full-time musicians meet each other, we can break it down and talk about all levels of genres. The stereotype that, you know, there's a lot of rappers in the industry that don't understand what good styles of rap, even if they're not making that style, is. That stereotype is just not true. So if you're not judgmental, you're very open-minded, you have a good chance of being a rapper. Sign number 7 that you're gonna make it as a rapper is you have an artistic eye for things like graphic design and fashion. Ooh, curse word when it comes to internet rap conversations, talking about fashion. Oh, we must be only talking about Gucci and Prada and all that. No, all of that main high designer stuff has only recently come into the rap game, all right? Having an eye for artistic direction, art design, and fashion itself has been pretty much synonymous with hip hop since day one. Even if we go back to the Rakims and the Wu-Tangs of the world, they had a very strong eye for the artistic direction and the way that they were dressing in order to communicate whatever message they were going for. Go and look at the cover of 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang. Go and look at the cover of Paid in Full. Every single major rapper has a very unique style that they express in their graphic design and their artwork. Now, I see tons of rappers online, especially on Instagram, with the little $1 ads that come across my timeline, and just how murky and dark and in mom's basement a lot of this stuff looks. And then when I even look just at their profile pic, when it's like they liked your photo, almost to a point I can just see by the profile pic that they're not really ready for the industry because it's dark, it's not well lit, it doesn't look cool, there's no kind of style to it. Then if I click on their profile, even more so, I can see, I'm sorry, dog, you have no creative sensibility outside of rap. And trust me, artistic sensibility and creativity extends past just the fact you can rhyme a few words together. One really good side example I'll just throw out there, YG directs most of his own music videos and you can see the quality that he's able to bring. YG is definitely somebody y'all shouldn't sleep on as far as being a person that when you hear his interview, you might think, oh, this is just, you know, a street rapper from the LA West Coast, but this is an extremely creative person. So regardless of what style of rap you have, it's definitely a great sign if you have an artistic eye. I definitely would suggest that you invest in a little bit of study about how graphic design and branding works. We do have a branding free video that we did about last week. I'll put it in the video description box below that'll tell you about colors, how to hire people to do the best logos, things like that. So check that out as well. And number 8 sign that you are gonna make it as a rapper is you have made a decision to never stop until you die, all right? You made a decision you're not gonna give up until you die, right? Now, 50 gave us the game way back when, 10 plus years ago, talking about, you know, you have to make this decision or die trying, but you'd be surprised at how many artists will watch my videos, will watch other music education videos, but I can tell, because I coach a lot of them, that they haven't really taken the plunge and the leap of faith. Many of the artists that I see that are successful, going full-time, making music, really living the life that most of us have, the life of our dreams, right? These are people that it's very clear that they're in it for the long haul. They're obsessive, so they do things like work till they're nauseous. So they do things like expand their artistic knowledge so that they can be more professional. More people want to put money into their career, like number one, all right? So if you've made that decision, you're gonna make it as a rapper. If that's still a thing you have to do, as weird as this sounds, would suggest, go to somewhere by yourself. Get on your knees, literally, whether it's your bedroom, go out to the beach, go out to the mountain, whatever, but go out by yourself and make a decision and say to yourself, I'm not gonna stop until I succeed in this. I'm not gonna stop until I'm doing this full time, all right? This is, as corny as that sounds, it's something very serious. And trust me, you see how to rap is like 5+ years old and we're only getting better? Because I've done stuff like that. All right, so that's sign number 8. So that is 8 signs that you're gonna make it as a rapper. I really appreciate this. Of course, if this is your first time watching, be sure to subscribe and check out and be sure to cop that free book. It's really dope. It's got video book, audio book, ebook, like a whole bunch of cool stuff. Be sure to check that out. And as we always end these videos with a question, which of these have you succeeded in doing, all right? Do you have any of these signs or all of them? Because if you got all of them, you know, I want to get you in the crew. I want to get you in the fam, because, you know, I just, you know what I mean? I just want that shout out in the Grammy speech. You know what I'm saying? Just Drew Morrissey with an N. All right, y'all, I'll see you in the comments. Thanks for watching. Peace.